Can I have a minute of your time? Want me to my heel and forget you? All I know it can't be done. I'm only asking once, would you let me take a minute of your time? It might just be surprising when it gets you. All I know I'm in it for the ride. You don't care if you hurt me, leave me all apart. That's what I'm telling you. Don't keep this up. You focus on what I really love. Yeah, nothing you can buy. You called me early morning, it was a bagel. You was out late last night. Breaking with your girls and you come through. But every time you do, we fight. I'm only asking once, can we not do this? I don't wanna fight my life. I'd rather get your lips and undress you and take you on your favorite ride. You don't care. Leave me up apart. That's what I'm telling you. Don't keep this up. You focus on what I really love. Yeah, nothing you can buy. Leave me up apart. That's what I'm this someone to be in love, yeah. Nothing you can buy you. Here we go, put this miserable song on repeat. Cause you seem to forget how much you are hurting me. Do what's right, you say you will, but then you don't. You just don't. You don't care, cause you don't take me seriously. What's there to repair if you don't want to talk to me? You should know your time is up, I'm out, I'm done. So I put you on a lifetime sentence, and you'll no longer feel my presence. So you thought I would let this live. Thought you knew me so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence, so now you never feel my presence. So you thought I would let this live. Thought you knew me so much better. So you thought I would let this live. Thought you knew me so much better. Yeah, yeah. So you thought I would let this live. No, that's right. Your words don't mean a thing to me. Sleepless night, your love has left the thing complete. Thinking that your promises will fit so loud. Oh, that's right. So I'm putting you on a lifetime sentence, and you'll no longer feel my presence. So you thought I would let this get. Thought you knew me so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence, and now you never feel my presence. So you thought I would let this get. Thought you knew me so much better. Cause I don't. So you thought I would let this get. Thought you knew me so much better. Oh, so you thought I would let this get. So I what you do is so much better. See me now, why don't you hear me out? Can't you see what we're about? I see you at my door, wanting in, come back for more, but I don't want this anymore. Cause baby, we got issues, yeah. Not gonna make them dictate my life. So baby, if you got issues, yeah, don't you take it out of me. Honey, I think we lost it. What? Yes, I'm lying to you that much. So goodbye, my love. Already found someone that I'm thinking of, and I lose myself. I get it. Do someone who's got the tower. Someone who's got the tower. Let me go, let me out. But time is precious to me, so you just have to get it out. Here's something you can think about. You play me good, there's no doubt. You're the one that's missing out. Cause baby, we got issues, yeah. Not gonna make them dictate my life. So baby, if you got issues, yeah, don't you take it.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What is going on, people? Shout out to the CIA. What is up? Can you hear me? I hope you guys can hear me. Sorry, I was having a little sound difficulty there earlier. Had to buy some new cords for my mixer and stuff like that. So yeah, you build the airplane while you fly it, but you keep on moving. As usual, to buy some new cords for my mixer and stuff. There we go. Give me the high five with that hot fire. Let me know your city and state. Yeah, baby. It is time to do the damn thing. Your godfather's going to help out the FBI, help out the women a little bit, the ones who want to be helped out. We're going to set some ground rules. First and foremost, the ground rules are this. You see what it is. This is not a hate session. It's not a, remember where you're at now. Remember where you're at. You on my platform. Over here, women are not the enemy. Quite the contrary. Love women. Love women who actually like men. You know, those FBI women. Feminine, beautiful, inspirational, those kind of women. Yeah, man. We love that. So, guys, I want to see gentlemen, you know, gentlemen acting like gentlemen. Don't get in the chat room acting crazy with the ladies. Because I'm going to say some things that they may not like, but like medicine, it's there to help you. So what do we got? Monroe, Georgia, Indianapolis, St. Louis, Bristol, New Brunswick, and some other stuff. All right. Man, oh man, oh man. As we wrap up the week, see, here's the thing. It's not this way anymore, but Thursday was always my favorite day of the week. I call Thursday Friday Eve. It's the best day of the week because you get to look forward to Friday and the weekend. It's the night where everybody can go out, kick it, have a good time. it's the night where a lot of clubs and stuff would have, ladies' night, and we would party, and then get up and go to work tomorrow. And even if you go to work tomorrow, little hungover, it's only 8 hours, right? It's only 8 hours. All right. So I got one consistent damn troll. Let me go ahead and say hi to my consistent troll. Bruh, when you gonna have a life? You have been following me for 2 years. Anyway, let's all wave to the troll you'll never know who he is. So, ladies, stop being picky. I mean, seriously, man, what the fuck? This is the reason. This is why I like the whole show your work stuff and the whole FBI, CIA thing, because there is a point to be proven that some people you can't help them. There are people that just are fueled on negativity, hate. I mean, it's like can you imagine how trifling or how sad your life must be if you got all your devices just set to see when I go live, and then when I go live, you go, ooh, dislike. All right. Dislike. Every one of them. Everyone. And it's funny, he used to try to call into the show, and I would just put him on, and I put him on the channel, and I just let him talk to the open air. No one heard him. He's not. Anyway, keep on moving. I know, right? Say hi, troll. Oh, Schmeagle ass. All right, so let's talk about what I wanted to get into. Shout out to the CIA, One Love, FBI. Yesterday, when I was on Obsidian's yesterday was a long panel day, and I had some time open yesterday, so I decided to dedicate to it. And if you missed it, it's a lot. But it kind of started when talk about who you date, how you date, and all that other kind of stuff. And one of the points that I made was about women not listening to men. And and then I also talked about this whole thing about being a 6 or a 7 and that dilemma. So I'm going to follow up on that because I didn't have a chance to talk about it yesterday. So anyway, ladies, stop being picky and pick. What does that all stem from? Look at here. Let's just go ahead and dispel the mystery. Guys, I need you guys to understand this. All the guys who are red pill and this and that, Look, man, I get the emails, and they're almost daily where dudes are like, man, I want to get married, I want to have kids, Let's just go ahead and put it out here. The legal landscape for marriage and relationships is not going to change in a Generation X person's lifetime. None. It's not going to change. It's not going to change in a millennial person's lifetime. No. It's not going to change in a Generation Z or Generation Next person's lifetime. No. The people where it may start to change are the people who are less than 2 years old. We are going to be here until we die. So, that being said, to all the men who are forward thinking, I need you to take something out of your conversation going forward. I'm not going to do this until that changes. Shit ain't gonna happen, fam. It's not gonna happen. Stop wishing upon a star. This ain't a Disney movie. Move that shit out of your mindset. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't Barack Obama being elected the president. It ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have to have an entire reformation come through city, state, local, and federal government. It doesn't happen in 2 weeks. So that being said, if you want to be married and you're waiting for the laws to change, you're going to have to go ahead and get married without the laws changing. That means you're going to have to do whatever you have to do on the front side to protect yourself on the back side, because once you go down that path, However you go down the path, the laws are there. Are we clear? This is not open for debate anymore. No more conversation over here. None. It's settled. It's settled. It is settled over here. I don't want to hear no, done. Got to find a workaround. All right, because any man knows that you want children, a daughter, and you certainly want a son. You want to have your legacy, especially men and means, high value men, all these things we say we want to be. You want to have something to pass that on to your business, whatever. And here's a net of it. You know damn well you want to have that child raised in your household. You want to marry. You want your woman to marry before she carries. So that's what we go to. Go ahead, hit the like button, guys. 205 people watching. We only got 79 likes. Let's get the like button. All right, guys. So we're cool with that. And I'm gonna tell you something else, man. Real talk. The guys that I know that really have something, the guys who are very well off, they don't work. They don't care about marriage and they don't care about all these divorce laws. And the guys, be real. The guys I know that are rich or wealthy, they don't talk about any of this stuff. Even and many of them have been divorced. They gave the ex-wife whatever, and then they went out and made some more. See, that's what we do over here. We fix problems by making more shit. Ladies, understand something. Ladies lying in the cut, CIA men are abundance mindset. We're forward thinkers. We fix problems by making more, getting more. So let's just say, for sake of the argument, you got $10 million right now. Ain't nobody in the goddamn chat room got 10 million, but let's just say you got $10 million liquid cash. It's yours. Then you got to go through the worst parts of the Bible and you get a horrible divorce and she tears you completely out of frame and you got to give her $5 million. You still got $5 million. You made it. You get to go make some more. Do what Michael did with Juanita. Write her a check and keep it moving. It's the only thing you can control. All right. That being said, I want to focus on the ladies. That being said, women, there are plenty of men out here who are the quote unquote good men. The quote unquote good men. So here's what I need you to understand, ladies. Over here, we don't have this conversation. Where are all the good men at? Where are all the good men at? Where are the good men are and have always been around, and we're making more of them each day. It's like fucking Krispy Kreme over here. I'm making more of them each day. Boom, pow, boom, pow. Next week, I'm going to be in Atlanta with 15 brothers and make 15 more men, and we're going to show the damn work. Every day, the donuts are coming out. The good men are there. So ladies, understand something. I'm taking all your objections away. The good men are there. You saying, where are they? Where are they? Where are they? They are here. Now, what are you prepared to do to get what it is you say you want? See, this is part of the conversation that's never really happened. It's always been, well, let's talk about where all the good men are, and here the Dusty's over here, and fuck Dusty, and he ain't shit dust over here. No dust. No dust around here. The good men are around. It's settled science. Just like I took the objection off the table for men, I'm taking it off the table for you women too. So now, the men are available. What next? How do you make sure you secure the bag? How do you make sure you get picked? How do you make sure you become a wife? Not a live-in girlfriend, not a side piece, not a part of a rotation, a wife with the ring, with the ceremony, with the paperwork, with the pictures, with the Facebook status changes, with all that shit, with the change of the last name, all the stuff you say you want. How do you make sure you get it? How? Ladies, how do you make sure you get it? How many women in the chat room right now want to be married? If you're a woman in the chat room and you want to be married, put a one in the chat room. It's not a trick question. Not a trick. If you want to be married, put a one in the chat room, ladies. If you want to be married, put a one in the chat room. Because here's another thing. You want women to say you want to be married, you're gonna have to stand up. You're gonna have to stand up and say, it's me. I want that. Okay, one. Lorenzo Davis. I don't look here. You got a question you want to ask me? Put it in super chat. Don't ask me any questions without put it in super chat. That's how we doing that. So far we got 6 ones. All right. So my question to the women who put one and the women who were too scared to put one, but know good and goddamn well you want it. See, the women who don't want to put a one up there, let me talk to you first. You need to go seek some psychological counseling. I'm gonna tell you why. I think everybody needs to go get counseling, but if you don't even want to put out to the fact that you think that the men are already there, if you don't believe that quality men are already there, you ain't gonna find it. If you don't believe the destination even exists, you don't need a map. You don't need GPS. You don't need anything. If you don't believe it exists, you're not gonna go on a journey. If you don't think El Dorado exists, if you don't think the Holy Grail exists, if you don't think whatever it is that's out there is already there, who starts out on a journey to find a treasure that they don't think exists? You need to go change your mindset. So for the women who did say they wanted that, all right, let's play a game. And actually, I think I may open it up. For participation. That means you'll have to get on the panel. Yep, you'll have to get on the panel. So you can send me an email. I'll send you a connection, and after I see who you are and verify who you are, I'll bring you on the screen. But here's how you are. You put a one in the chat room, or you want to put a one in the chat room. What are you prepared to do to get it? When you run across Mr. Big, what next? What next? That is the question that as a woman, you need to be able to answer just like that. Boaz walks into Whole Foods, and there's a big sign that goes across his head and says, I am your Boaz, comma, your name. All the angels and the fairies and everything that come out of the woodwork and everything, your ancestors, your great grandma, everybody come and say, girl, that's him. There's not a shadow of a doubt that is your Boaz. None. Your uterus start jumping, everything starts working. You're sexually attracted to him, you're physically attracted to him, your eyes do this, you get all the signs you need. You are 100% sure that is the man. What are you going to do? He steps to you. And in the way you always imagined it happening, he steps to you. And he says, the way you wanted to always hear it, he says it to you. What next? What next? How are you going to communicate to him that you are Ruth? How are you going to communicate to him that you are the part of the puzzle that's missing from his life? See, this is where the conversation has ever gone to. Here's what we typically get. Well, if he's Boaz, he should be able to see who I am, and he should be already recognized it. Nope. No. That's not how we do this. He shouldn't be able to see shit. He's looking for a box of wheat grain. He's in there shopping for groceries. He does not, he's yours. He looks at you and he sees, he steps to you and says, how should he know? And see, that's the part. Ladies, you need to develop your elevator pitch. You need to learn how, here's my suggestion. You need to learn how to present. You need to learn how to sell yourself. You need to learn how to tell the man of your dreams that you are the woman that he's been dreaming of, and not going up and telling him your stats. I got a college degree. I got this, that. I don't need to see. When you go up to the car lot to drive a new car, they don't give you the features of the car. They give you the benefits. They don't tell you it's a V6 or a V8 or it has this, it does that. They say when it goes 0 to 60 in this many seconds. When you're driving and you hit the corner, it does this. What does it do for me? Ladies, what do you do for the man it is you say you want? And how do they know that? What do you do for them, and how do they know it? Because they're not mind readers. We're not mind readers. We don't know you, and you got a shot. Appreciate the super chat, Alan. Shout out to Scott. But here's the reason why this common sense thing for so has never really gets a lot of airplay with women. It doesn't get talked about a lot, and I'm gonna tell you the one reason. You women think you got too many options. See, let me be real. When a man wants to get married, see, here's the thing. Women fall in love and then they want to marry that man. Men decide they want to get married and they go find a wife. Let me tell you, let your godfather tell you a secret, ladies. When a man knows he wants to get married, we can do it in under 30 days. In under 30 days. And I'm going to say somebody I was on a panel with, when I said they can get married in under 30 days, one of the women said, I wouldn't get married in under 30 days. That's too short. That's why you ain't married. That and a bunch of other reasons, but that right there. When a man wants to get married, he makes himself a husband. And when a husband goes out to the market, he's looking for a wife. He who findeth a wife find a good thing. That means you already need to be a wife before you get found. For the people who put ones, are you a wife? And how do you separate yourself from the rest of the pack? See, a wife doesn't think she has a lot of options. A wife isn't always looking and say, oh, there's Boaz. But then there could be Hakeem. But then there could be Bob. And then there could be Julio. How do I pick? Bish, please. Stop being so picky and pick. I said this the other day. One of the biggest reasons for women today, especially women who are 6s and 7s, I'm gonna define that, because you think you got too many choices. You go to a buffet and you still got to put something on your plate. You can't take the buffet at your table. You got to make a choice. And the thing is, you sit there at the buffet. Well, what do I want? What do I want? Well, I could have this, or I could have that. And next thing you know, clock's ticking, clock's ticking, clock's ticking. What I could have. Next thing you know, they're like, man, we're closing. But I haven't eaten yet. We're closing. But I'm hungry. Sorry, you've been standing in front of the buffet for 4 hours. But I just couldn't decide. It all looked so good, and you kept bringing out new stuff, and every time, yeah, leave. But I'm hungry. Leave. Call the police. Then you standing your hungry ass outside, and then what happens? What happens, Cashmere Funk? What happens? She's all dressed up in front of this Texas de Brazil or Foco de Chao, like buffet, but they never can decide. Then time goes by, gotta close, then they gotta take their hungry ass to Jack in the Box or 7-Eleven and get some damn junk food. That's why you end up with the fuck shit you have in your life. You dealing with junk food because you can't pick. You can't pick because you know why you can't pick? Because honestly, oh, we're about to get real. You can't pick because you think too much of your goddamn self. You have too high of an estimate of yourself. You know why I say that? Because when a perfectly acceptable, suitable meal is in front of you, you're always waiting for the better thing, the bigger nigga. Grass is greener. And why? Because I'm worth it. I deserve the best. Then why is your deserving the best ass always eating churros and shit out of 7-Eleven? Why you always eating them Santa Fe ass taquitos and shit? Instead of eating a meal in front of you. Hello. Hello. Am I lying, guys? Ladies, am I lying? Let me talk about this. Let me talk about the 6 and 7 dilemma. A woman who is an 8, 9, or 10, those tend to be the exceptionally attractive women. 7 is pretty. I put them on my community tab before. I put Pam Grier as an 8, Jane Kennedy as a 9, Dorothy Dandridge as a 10. I used women from a bygone era, so we didn't have to bring in any of the other bullshit today. And I put 7 as Thelma on Good Times. 7s are not unattractive, but here's the thing. I said this yesterday and I said it again. Ladies, you want to know how, and the woman I was talking to, she said, well, I got a friend who's an 8 or a 9, and she, because I said 8s, 9s, and 10s get snapped up. They get married. They get proposed to. They get married the quickest. 10s, dime pieces, community property, different stuff. But 8s and 9s get married soonest and quickest. They get snapped up in the early 20s because men are competing. And they see them. Men want to take them off the market. The 8s, 9s, and 10s are the women that you go to the club. You, as a woman, have to stand in line. She gets in the VIP. The bouncers or the bodyguards see a woman like this and they wave her on in. You got to stand in line with the fellas. 8s, 9s, and 10s tend to hang around other 8s, 9s, and 10s. They may have a 7 or 6 to hang around as a girl group, but in general, they live different lives. But here's the thing. When you see a group of women, and there's a 6, a 7, an 8, and a 9, men know that there's always the prettiest one of the group. And then there's Destiny's Child. There's always the prettiest one. The prettiest one gets the attention. The movie, The Beautiful Mind. The pretty one, and then the other ones. Well, see what happens when the pretty one gets taken off the market? By definition, the remaining women get elevated up. It's kind of like just not in our what does it say in our government? There's a series in Kiefer Sutherland's in it. When the president dies, it goes to the vice president, then the Speaker of the House, and then on and on and on and on to where you can actually end up being a low-level cabinet member or a senator from Montana ended up becoming the president if we lose enough lose enough people in the government. Same thing with women. When the 8s, 9s, and 10s get taken off the market, the 6s and 7s, the pretty women and the cute women who always they could see how the other women lived, how the other women get treated, how the dudes were just willing to, I'll fly you out to Vegas. The women who get the ridiculous offers from the entertainers and athletes and powerful men and the sugar daddies. You know what I'm talking about. The women who get offered that stuff, they have friends who they talk to, but they never got offered that stuff. But automatically, these women, the 6s and 7s, get promoted up. Well, let's say in this scenario, the 8s, 9s, and 10s get taken off the market around 23 to 26 years old. Whoop, they get taken off the market. Who's left? What 23 to 26-year-old women are left? The best of the best are 6s and 7s. Then all of a sudden, the 6s and 7s got all these guys that are like, well, shit, the other women are gone. Men are going to hunt from what's left. This is where all the options come in. Well, now I don't have to compete with Melissa, and I don't have to compete with Holly, and I don't have to compete with Brittany, and I don't have to compete with Tony, and I don't have to compete with Becky, because they got their men and they're gone. So now I'm the queen of the prom, and it's new. It's new for most of these 6s and 7s because they've just now started getting all this attention. They're getting attention and then they're doing their own thing. So you're on the market and you end up staying at the buffet too long, waiting. A guy comes along, or men come along that the caliber of men come along that you would have been perfectly fine with when you were 21, 22, when you were still having to compete with the 8s, 9s, and 10s. But now they're gone. The guys that you would have been perfectly cool with, all of a sudden, he's okay, but I want somebody 6 feet tall and he's only 5'10". Oh, he's okay. I mean, he's great and everything. I mean, he's perfect, but I want somebody who has a bachelor's and he doesn't have a bachelor's. Yeah, girl. So I can't marry a dude without a bachelor's. I mean, he's okay, but you know, one of his index fingers is shorter than the other. And I just can't deal with a dude with imbalanced index fingers. I mean, you come up with some of the most bullshit ass reasons to keep your undecided ass on the market. And what happens? You overestimate yourself, because then you start feeling yourself because you're the prettiest one, you're the prettiest of what's left. You're the prettiest of what's left. On the West Coast, they call them 49ers. 4s that think they're 9s. You're the prettiest of what's left. And here's the thing, you got about 12 to 18 months in the spotlight. And the smart ones in there go ahead and get picked. They don't keep trying to see what's better out there. Ladies or gentlemen, if I'm off, tell me now. But like I was talking to the woman in the chat room, I was like, look, man, if you are 8, 9, or 10, if you are a bona fide 8, 9, or 10, you have fielded at least one marriage proposal by age 30. So here's the thing, ladies. If you call yourself an 8 or a 9 and you haven't been proposed to at least once by age 30, you're not an 8 or a 9. If you say they're my friends and they haven't fielded one proposal, they're not an 8 or a 9. You need a good, just like C Boogie says, you need an accurate an appraisal. You need an accurate appraisal. That's why you come to somebody like myself, an image consultant. You need to get an image consultant or an actual a heterosexual stylist or somebody like myself to give you an accurate appraisal. Not a woman, a man. See, women aren't going to tell you. Women in general aren't going to tell you the harsh truths. A man, when I work with women, I tell them this is where you rank. Here's where I estimate you rank, and here's where the men you want rank. Just like we tell men to stay in your lane. Ladies, if no one's told you, you need to stay in your lane too. Stop thinking you deserve the best. Stop thinking you deserve filet when you are a ribeye or you are a sirloin. This is not an insult. It is what it is. See, we tell this to men all the time, but see, you ladies need to hear this for your own good. So if you can actually start realizing where you rank your sexual marketplace value, your estimate, see, you notice the things that trigger women, sexual marketplace value, that doesn't trigger women who are 8s, 9s, and 10s. That doesn't trigger the beautiful women because they already know they're that. They know they're size 6 or less. They know, and they already in the gym. They already are doing these things. The women it tends to offend are the women that ain't in the gym, who, well, it's always some sort of shaming. Look here, whether men say it or whether men don't say it, the fact of the matter, look at your finger. So if you're the one in the chat room, are you ready for, what are you prepared to do to get it? Let's start with the Obsidian test. Height, weight, dress size. Height, weight, dress size. High value men, men of means, however you want to rank it, the more money a man has, the more options he has. And the funny thing is, the more money, the smaller the woman. There's a reason why you see big old women with broke dudes. This is not my theory. Height, weight, dress size. Women overvaluing themselves. Now, ladies, you have to ask yourself a hard question. Do you overvalue yourself? Because here's the thing, men in general, black men in particular, are still getting married at far outpacing where black women are getting married. Men are still getting married. Height, weight, dress size. Okay, fitness mom, 5'4", 130, size 6. You're in the ballpark. 125 is here's the thing. I'm about to say something that's going to bother you. 5'4" and under, dress size 6 or less if you're under 30 years old. If you're from 30 on up, though, you can actually go up one dress size. Approximate weight, 125 pounds. When you go to dress size 8, 130. I posted a picture on my community wall of a woman who's 5'9", 145 pounds. She was far from skinny. If you're 5'9" and above, dress size 8 or below, under 30. Over 30, up to 10. Bottom line, 125 pounds for women under 5'5". Women above 5'9", 145 pounds is the upper limit. Problem is, depending upon your preference, you cannot weigh as much as men. And it has nothing to do with, oh, well, with this culture, that culture, man, funk that. No. If you want the kind of man you say you want, you need to make sure your height, weight, and dress size is in the range. I'm 14, what you say? I'm 14, I'm 5'3" and 200 pounds. Oh, well. All right, well, that's a problem. I tell you right now, I don't know any men with options who are dealing with 200-pound women. It just doesn't happen. And we got to get honest about that. And ladies, no matter what you think, no matter what you say, men control access to relationships. And relationship does not mean just because someone will have sex with you. If they won't walk out in the public with you and claim you and put a ring on it, then it doesn't count for this conversation. It doesn't count. Pamish, why are you saying when something is Jack? What's Jack, Pam? Pamish? Pamish says 5'3", 247 years old. You didn't ask my opinion. So Philip says, I like girls that are BBW. You probably broke too. Of course you do. You're broke. And that's not an insult. But you tell me you would pick a woman that's a BBW if you were a multimillionaire. You tell me you pick a woman who's a BBW if you're making $250,000 a year consistently. Tell me that. Tell me if you actually had options to pick, you would still pick that. That's why they said, I'm 33 years old, I'm on a water fast now. Now, see, here's another thing. That doesn't work. All this diet and cheating and stuff, it doesn't work for men that got something. We're going to check your Carfax. We're going to check the back of the arm test. We want to see, just like you want to know everything about a man, you want to read his credit report and all this other kind of stuff. We want to see you, we want to take the weave out, take the makeup off, take all the body shapers off. I want to see you natural at the beginning, up front. I want to see you natural. That's why men who are out here dating, let me tell you one of the things that a lot of guys do, a lot of guys that I know that are around this level. What they'll do is they'll go out on a date where it's kind of like, we're going to go out jet skiing. You know why you go out jet skiing? Because that means she got to put on a bikini. Jet skiing is a great first day. Let's go jet skiing. Let's go water skiing. Do something that's going to be active and require her to show who she is. See, then especially the older you get, the less games you're going to play. Guys aren't playing at this level. If a man has something, he's going to ask for it. So you're not going to, here's the thing. I made a video on Patreon talking about you cannot fake high value. You cannot fake high value. Faking high value is a bad thing. It's just like wearing counterfeit Louis or counterfeit Gucci. Don't wear counterfeit, just wear what you can afford. But you're trying to fake high value men know what goes on, high value women know what to look for. Water diets and all this other kind of stuff. And you better get your ass in the gym 5 days. You better start eating salads. You better get a personal trainer. If you need to, go get you some liposuction. You ain't got a lot of time. Because even if you drinking water or whatever, and you lose a few pounds. I mean, if you're 200 pounds, there ain't that much water in the world. And guys really don't care. I'm not trying to be rude, but come on, man. There's a reason the marriage rates are falling. Why do the marriage rates fall as weight with women goes up? Honey says, I put herself in a 2-piece last week. I'm pushing it. Reggie says, my wife of 5 years is 5'3", 125 pounds. Her ass better not gain weight. To hell with that. I ain't accepting no fact. I mean, I'm telling you that. When I was married, my ex was like, let me know if I'm gaining weight or whatever. And I told her. And the first time I told her, she was, oh! I was like, yeah, I teach spin class. Hey, you gaining some stuff. You know what she did? She carried her ass to the gym. This is not, here's the thing. The women who are not willing to listen to this message, you overestimate yourself. You think someone should have to accept you. And all I got to say is show me your work. Show me your work. Show me your husband. Show me the man who proposed to you and actually gave you a ring with some carrots in it. Show me your work. You don't have to believe what I say. Show me your work. Show me the man who proposed to you and you had at least a carrot. At least a carrot. Cut, clarity, and carrot. Yep, show me. I don't need no, ring that came out of a Cracker Jack box, a promise ring, a little gold flake. Now show me the ring. The bigger the ring, the smaller the woman. I mean, am I lying, guys? You overestimating yourselves, ladies, and this is not an insult. I'm trying to help you. So here's the smart women, or the women who are serious about getting something out of this. What they'll do is they'll lick their wounds and they'll be like, Godfather's telling me something straight. I need to go ahead and invest in myself and get this weight off me. I need to get this weight off me. I need to tone up. I need to get this makeup off me. I need to clear up my skin. I need to get this stuff out of my hair. I need to get my hair in a style that I can maintain so I can go swimming, or I can go hang gliding. I go rock climbing. I'm going to do whatever it is that I need to do. I need to be able to go natural and look good. Because I guarantee you this, you will be one out of the 50 women that'll do it. And you'll see your stock rise. Just like the men who decide to go ahead and do the self-improvement work, they'll be one out of the 50 guys that do it, and they'll see their stock rise. All right. Understand something. You are ultimately applying for a job. And when you go into a job, you've all turned in a resume before, right? You're applying for a job. If you get an interview, that means you already have the basic qualifications. How many people go into an interview and say, well, tell us, why would you like to work at the company? Well, I graduated from college. I have a 3.0. I graduated from college. I have a 3.5. I was president of the debate team. I did this, I did that, I did this. Okay, but why do you want to work for us? Well, I graduated from college. I have a 3.5. I was president of the debate team. I was in this association. Great, I heard all that. But why do you want to work for us? Did you not? I graduated from college with a 3.5. I was president of the debate team. I was a member of this organization and that organization. Okay, thank you for your time. You wouldn't get that job because you don't interview well. Versus somebody else that comes in and says, tell us why you want to work for us. Well, I'm a college graduate with a 3.5 GPA, which tells you that actually I can actually commit to a task and complete it. I can actually work through a process at the highest levels and that translates to me actually working for you and being able to complete the task allowed. Something like that. You have to translate your fucking feature into a benefit. Oh, okay, so that's why your college degree makes sense to me. It's just not, I got a job. Okay, well then tell me, well, you said you're a member of this fraternity or this business fraternity or whatever. Tell me why that matters. Well, I was the president of that organization, and what we did is we did community service over here. We did this over here. In order to be president, that means you had to be able to lead these people, organize this, work well with others, play well with inside the group, deal with accountability and responsibility, deal with the fraternity's image and brand, recruit new members. This is why I would be an effective manager, because these are transferable skills. Oh, okay. So tell me how being the president of being on the debate team would help us. Well, because that means I like to challenge myself. I like the competition. When you're on the debate team, you have to do all the prep work. You have to think out your arguments. You have to think logically. But when you get on that stage, you have to actually stand by your word and actually advocate for your position. These skills align up with some of the things you're looking for in your next salesperson or your next manager or your next. Oh, okay. Do you got a second? I'd like to bring in our vice president or the manager you'd be working for. See, this is the kind of person that gets a job. Ladies, are you the first person who just think you should walk around with your stats posted on your head and we should infer? Are you the second person who walks around knowing the benefits you bring, have studied the company you're looking to work for, and can actually translate your features into a benefit because you're actively trying to go get the job? No, you're the first one because you think you're the fucking prize and you're not. Look at your ring finger. You can say you're feminine and all this other kind of stuff and any man should be happy to be with me. Right there. How many carrots you got? How many carrots? All right. 356 people watching, 177 likes. Take a little break. All right, 356 people watching. I'm gonna need you guys to hit the super chat. Ladies, show some love. Because your godfather is telling you some stuff in love that you need to hear. I'm telling you. And I've showed my work. I continue to show my work. I'm not telling you something that I don't know. Honestly, I think it would be a good idea for women to start. If you really want to get married, and there are these YF schools and all this kind of thing, and I think they're all great, but I think it would be kind of interesting to have a girlfriend, a relationship school for women run by a man. Or run by a heterosexual straight man. That would be a different take on it. But I bet you the testimonial rates and the ROIs will be very different. All right, ladies, if you have any questions, put it in the super chat. All right, guys, I am going to take a slight break here and look at something real quick. Oh yeah, Cash App. The Cash App is $ by BY Kevin Samuels. That's the Cash App. That's what you do. That's what you do. Because ladies, I got something else I'm gonna give you. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I used to do the call-in show, I'm actually gonna bring it back. I've had women who've actually called into the show and said, you know what? When I first heard you talking about this, I didn't like it. I didn't particularly like how you talked about it, but I started doing the stuff you talked about. Now I'm married. I'm not a relationship person. I'm just talking about things that I see a lot of my guys and my clients talk about what they want. I'm giving you my opinion from, you can take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. All right. So got to check the estimate of yourself. Really understand where you are ranked. Stop overestimating yourself. It will do you better to understand what your target market is. What is your lane? And then pick. See, let's also talk about this one. When a man decides he wants to get married, it doesn't take 2 years to marry somebody. 6 months is the longest it would take from meeting to wedding. From meeting to wedding, 6 months. And for a woman to say, I wouldn't marry somebody in that short a period of time, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. I don't know what it is, but let me tell you some of the things I think it could be. 1, you overestimate yourself. 2, you really don't trust that men are who they say they are. 3, you probably aren't who you say you are. 4, you still think you could probably find something better, so you're holding out for a better deal. Nope. Men, we're not that complicated. Especially when an older man gets, or the busier a man is, the more on his purpose, the first thing he needs in a woman is cooperation. He needs a woman who is not going to take him off the purpose of the path. This whole falling in love and all, look, man, a man needs to love you, but you need to love him more. Because if you got a man who's on his purpose, on his grind, and next thing you know, you want him to be all up under you watching Netflix and chilling, such and so forth, he's going to slip on his purpose. He's a warrior. He has to go off to war. You need to be good with him going off to war. They want expensive ass weddings, 50K plus. So what? I'm talking about the kind of men who have the money to do it. I don't care. So what? So what? They want a 50K wedding? Cool. She's worth it. If you got it, spend it. It ain't nothing broke, stingy, cheap on this side. I'm not dealing. I told you, man, over here, you've been working 60 hours minimum over here until you've been working 60 hours minimum for age 21, 23, up to 35 years old anyway. You've been working and on your purpose and on your grind, doing the self-improvement. That means you got 10, 12 years in this of working 60 plus hours. You got the money. The fuck you got it for? Another part of the problem is people always abundance mentality versus scarcity mentality. We ain't talking about we ain't got it or that's too much or whatever. That ain't this conversation. The conversation is the people who really want it. Even in the middle, people who are making, just right there at the average, you still got it. See, the reason a lot of people focus on they want weddings that are this, or they want this, or that, because you ultimately think it's going to fail. You want guarantees. It's like, I normally would kill that ant, but I'm gonna let him live. If she deserved it, you should know if she deserved it. You picked her. If you do your job, you shouldn't worry about how much you spend on a wedding. Holding out for the bigger deal, and that's right. And who holds out for the bigger deal? Foolish women. Stop holding out for the bigger deal. You know what a lot of women hear? That's settling. Yeah, settle for success. Oh, shit. That's right. Settle for success. Instead of trying to get the last little bit out of everything. Ooh. Can't just say, you know what, this is a good meal. You gotta just eat the chicken. No, you're gonna eat the chicken, then you're gonna break on the bone, suck the marrow out, you're gonna eat the crumbs and shit out of the bottom. You don't even try to settle for success. Settle for success. Too many options means people don't pick. See, as a salesperson, smart salespeople learn that when you go present to somebody, you give them a proposal. We can either go this way or that way. Here are the two options I recommend for our customers. Here's proposal A. It's this, and here's proposal B. Which would you like, A or B? No, I think A is the best solution, and we go ahead and what is it going to take to go ahead and get started with A? You don't say, well, here's A, here's B, here's C, here's D, here are 13 different options. Which one? Well, let me see. Let me think about it. And see, here's what happens. You know who I'm talking about who got too many options? And when you got too many options, I'm going to tell you, there are other women out there, women out here who are listening to folks like me, and they're saying, shit, I'll take him. I'll get on. Yes, Boaz. I will be. Yeah. You got all that? Here's what I got. Yes, I'll take it. Yes. Then you look up and be like, where he at? I thought he'd always be around. It is so sad to meet a woman or hear a woman talk about she had the best man and she waited, played games, thought he would always be there, and looked up and he was married 2-3 years later. Thought he was married. He was married 2-3 years later. Because who lost? You did. He was a designer of the suit, Saint Laurent of Paris. Yves Saint Laurent. This kind of got started when we talk about who's dating. And this is why you see a lot of older men dating younger women. Because women over 30, if I can be honest with you, ask too many questions. I mean, you talk too much. Talk too much. Ask too many questions. Too suspicious. It's just like, damn. And this is in general. It's like, I know what I want. This is what I bring to the table. This is what you bring to the table. Are you willing to give me your peanut butter for my jelly? All right, let's make a sandwich. We don't have to discuss the best way to make a sandwich. Well, should we make it on white bread or wheat bread, or should we toast it, or did it? All that's done after we decide to make the sandwich. You hear stories of people being together for 10 years and they marry a man, 6 months. I mean, what do you need to know about a person? What do you really need to know? What do you need to know, ladies? And are you willing to upfront put yourself through the same rigorous examination? 6 months. They try to hold out and then the wall hits them. That is right. Ladies, are you hearing what guys are saying? So I tell the story about my mother. My mother got married at age 52. Her life after 50 has been completely different than prior than 50 and younger. This is not impossible. It's very possible, very plausible. You're going to end up being on an island by yourself, not dealing with a lot of your single girlfriends. You're going to end up being in spaces, listening to cut to a men like me and myself and like-minded men are saying, then you'll act upon some of those things. Smart women will actually buy time and talk to these dudes. Because here's the thing, you're not going to just pick it up necessarily by watching videos. You need to go get you some psychological counseling to get a clean bill of health here. You need to go get some kitty count. You need to go get a clean bill of health here. I mean, you got to die. What are you doing, man? You got to go get you some stuff taken care of. Because when you make yourself a wife, Trust me, when you make yourself a wife, the husbands will find you. And here's the thing, all right, brace yourself, ladies. Brace yourself. Grab your seat, grab it. Are we ready? Take a deep cleansing breath. If you've never been proposed to, you're not a wife. If you're always a side piece, booty call, an afterthought, you're not a wife. Men treat wives differently. I didn't say husbands, I said men. Women of quality, even some of the most fucked up dudes will leave good girls alone, good wives alone. Because here's what won't happen. Damn it. Oh, there's that one ant. This little motherfucker been crawling on. He is everywhere. Here's what won't happen. In general, you cannot be a man out here running through wives and have dudes. You ever see something crawling and just start bothering like that? Where you can't be a man out here running through good women wives and have men of integrity co-sign that shit. We'll call it out. You can't be sitting around talking about, yeah, man, what you do last weekend? Oh, man, I got this little shorty, man. She's, you're this little young virgin. Now, I just blew her back out, blah, blah. She's a good girl, church girl. She's looking for a husband and shit, then I quackity quack, quack, quack. Then, man, I got her. You suspect to get a fucking beat down. Men in general don't play that shit. There is a code with men, an unspoken code, that you leave the good girls, the wives alone. Now there is a segment of men, but it is negligible. The ones that actually do it. Not talking about the ones that talk about it. I'm talking about the ones. You hear a lot of dudes talking about, yeah, man, I did this, I did that. Show me your work. Right, show me. Oh, quackly. Wives, women who are wives, tend to hang out where husbands go. I said it last week. Beautiful women tend to be around powerful men. Why are you still going to the club trying to get found by Boaz? Because my girlfriend still want to go. So, fuck them. Your girlfriend's going to keep you single and stuck. She's going to keep you getting swiped right at 2 o'clock in the morning. All right. I think I may open this up for a minute. Are there any? So here's what I'll do. I am going to. There are 362 people watching. Do we have any women that want to get on the panel? Have any women that want to get on the panel? So what I would do is I'm going to say, if you want to get on the panel, I will consider letting you on and let's talk. There's an option to get on the panel and show yourself by your camera or show your voice. I want to see you preferably, but I understand that this is short notice. You may not be may not be camera ready, but I want to see you. I want you to have an avatar. Because see, here's what I don't want to have happen. I got to be real. I can't have no 250, 300-pound woman asking a bunch of questions. That ain't, it's not rude. So we got to get to a point where we can start telling truth. If you really want to get married, why are you that big? You don't expect to have a man who's that broke. You don't expect to have a man that's that broke. You say you want a man of means, you want a man that's this, a man that's that. Cool. Plenty of them out here. Plenty of them out here. And I'll tell you something else. I'm like the Krispy Kreme over there. I'm making them every day. Boop, pow, boop, pow, boop, pow. Got a full questionnaire on them. Name, rank, serial number, resume. I got all the stats on them. I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay. You got to tweak here and tweak there. All right. All right. This is what you look like. This is who you are. This lines up with this. All right. You CIA. Boop. Stamp out to the world. Next. Tweak. Tweak. You are who you say you are. CIA. Stamp out to the world. Trust the CIA logo. Look for the union label. Yes. When you are buying, look for the CIA logo. Like I said, I'm like the hitch of this shit. I don't deal with Vance Munsons. I don't deal with dudes that are like, man, I want to dress this way so I can, and I want to get my image this way so I can go over here and fool somebody. Not on my dime. No. You go find somebody else. Because if you're going to say you're a confident, intelligent, assertive man, you're going to say you're a modern gentleman, you're going to say you're going to be what you say you are. You're going to be what you say you're going to be. If I'm going to be associated with you, if I'm going to put the stamp on you, that's why you go into Tom Ford, you don't see some shit that looks like it belongs in Target or Wally World. You go to Chanel, this is why you go buy Chanel or Dior and it looks like Chanel or Dior. Somebody said a long time ago, but I'm getting my shit together. Let's talk about this too. You ain't got a whole lot of damn time. So stop with this bullshit. You got too many options. You don't. Stop with the overestimating yourself. Treat this thing like a job. Learn how to sell yourself and understand the clock is not on your side. Put a clock on this. Getting your shit together. How long are you giving yourself to get your shit together? I'll give you 12 months. 12 months to get your shit together. 12. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got to lose 100 pounds, 50 pounds in 12 months? Yep. 12. I got to get my head 12. And what you going to do? Say, ooh, I'm ready to go at 60? See, one thing you got to also start doing is ask yourself a question. You cannot expect more from the world than you're putting in. Giving yourself a month. Hey, I'm just saying, put a clock on it. To that end, if you are in the Atlanta area, ladies, if you're in the Atlanta area and you're looking to actually meet quality men that actually are getting their shit together, Hit me up. I'm going to have a meet and greet. I'm thinking about either doing it before. I'll be in Atlanta next week from Thursday. I'll be in Atlanta for a week. So like from Thursday to Tuesday. I am doing, if you want to actually get together in Atlanta and do a one-on-one meeting with me, man or woman, if you want to get a one-on-one session with me and talk about hash out some issues, get my opinion on some things, hit me up. Here's the thing. I am a firm believer that you can have whatever it is that you say you want if you're willing to actually do what you need to do. Can you come on? I can come on. I said what you need to do. If you want to come on the panel, you need to email me. Yep, email me. Email me. Because I say this. I see women getting engaged, married. I see men proposing and getting married. Even though it may be declining as a national average, I'm seeing more of it. But it's with a smaller segment of people. And you study and ask, what are they doing right? Honestly, man is being a man, a woman's being a woman, and they're just getting on each other's page. You can only control what you can control. Really, that's it. You can control what you can control. And the thing is, if you're a wife, if you're a feminine, beautiful, inspirational woman, you don't lack for male attention. You don't. You don't really have I mean, it's not like if you're at home on a Friday night, it's because you choose to be. It's not because you have to be. And vice versa as a man. So you got to ask yourself, what kind of life am I living right now? And is it the life that I chose? Or is it the life that I've relegated myself to? Okay, let me read this page. Somebody said love is in there. I'm going to tell you, I enjoy when I get out and kick it. Let me talk about dating. I've posted things up on my community tab. Guys, date for yourself. Date because when you don't go to a nice restaurant or a cool place to impress a woman, go because you want to go and you want, and she's your company. She's your feminine companion. Somebody said, invite her to your party. I think these spaces can get really loud with certain viewpoints. Let me see what's going on. I'm giving a few more minutes before I shut this thing down. Any questions before we get out of here? You're right about those carbs. Huh? How'd you lose weight so fast? So let me ask you, of the women who need to lose weight, if you are over 145 pounds, here's my question. Are you working with a personal trainer right now? Are you working with a personal trainer right now? Are you working with a personal trainer right now? If you're not working with a personal trainer, Israel, dude, come on, don't come in here asking about business on here. Let me also say this while I'm thinking about it. I responded to your emails, man. Come on, stop doing that, man. You don't come to a live stream when somebody's talking about something, say, hey, man, did you get my shit? Preacher's up there preaching. Be like, hey, man, I need to holler at you, pastor. Where do you do that at? See, and this is one of the things I got to teach guys too. This social media thing, the rules of etiquette and engagement still work. We got to get better at this, guys. You know, in general, in relationships between men and women and between men and men, there has to be respect. There has to be respect, and you got to give people the benefit of the doubt. That's the best way, in my opinion, for this shit to possibly work. All right. So got a couple of people say they want to get on it. You say you appreciate the work. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Let me see what's going on. Let me see if I can get somebody in the panel. Ding, 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 ding. Very difficult for a woman to lose weight naturally. Yeah, you're gonna have to. My suggestion, if you are not working with a personal trainer, shame on you. You need to get with a personal trainer. Trust me, you don't have the knowledge or the willpower to do it like they would do it. And another thing, ladies, you can really tell what a woman values by where she puts her money. If you're not putting any money towards it, you ain't serious. You ain't putting no money towards it, you ain't serious. All right, got it. One person said they want to be on the panel. Okay. All right. Links are going out. Because here's the thing. You got no problem going to college, going to DeVry. Yeah, let's see what we got going on. Let me see who's in the waiting room. See the waiting room. All-righty then. Now, I'm gonna say, don't get on here showing your hind parts. All right, let's see. Put the gallery view on. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me make sure they can hear you too on the stream. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I am good. You want to use your regular name or your screen name? Your name's on the screen because you don't have your camera on.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Regular name or your screen name? Your name's on the screen because you don't have your camera on. There we go. I can hear you. So how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I am good. Thanks for getting on the panel.
Oh, thanks.
So you got on. What you want to talk about? Did you have a question for me?
I just really like the topic, you know, how like brutally honest you are with us as women. Because there's a lot of people like in the sector that, you know, they lie to us and they tell us what we want to hear and stuff like that doesn't really help us. So, you know, I actually like that you're being super brutally honest about what men really say out here.
Well, here's the thing. I figure that most women who come over to these places, you got a large percentage, especially of younger women, who really want to hear the truth. And it's hard to know who to listen to when everybody's just kind of hedging. And in my business, in image, it either is or it isn't. So the truth always works the best. So what part did you come in? Did you start hearing it from the beginning?
From the beginning.
Okay. So are you actively dating?
I'm in a committed relationship.
Okay.
I've been in it for about 3 months now.
Okay. Have you guys, is marriage on the table?
Yeah, it is. He brought it up like really, really early, actually, like within a month. So
I couldn't have planned this shit any better. Did it surprise you how quickly it came up?
kind of, but I mean, he pretty much knew what he wanted, and I was honest about what I wanted too. I told him I wanted marriage, that I wanted to have kids like after I'm married and that kind of thing. And he's similar background, so it was pretty similar.
Well, no, guys, I did not pay her. But it goes to the truth that when you say what you want up front and he says what he wants up front, it really ain't that complicated. Well, that's a good thing. So you both said what you want up front. You said you wanted to be married before you have kids.
Right.
That pretty much helps. And so do you have any girlfriends that are doing the same thing? Any female friends that are doing the same thing, or are you by yourself out here?
Well, my main best friends, like one of them is a little bit older than me. Like I'm 28. She's maybe like in her early 30s. I know she's single right now. And then one of my other friends, she's really young. I know she's like early to mid 20s. She's single right now. She's more focused on school. So kind of.
Okay. Well, she spoke, and see, the thing is, the girl, the one that's focused on school, does she want to get married?
Oh, she does. She's actually not American. She's Black, but she's from Nigeria. So
Okay.
she definitely wants to get married. She's very like traditional in that sense. She doesn't have that like I don't need a man mentality.
What's going on, fitness mom? You got your picture up that's just kind of frozen with your face like this.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Hold on.
All right. Well, see, do I need to mute you while you're in the background? There you go. She muted herself. So, so are people surprised when you tell them that the guy you're seeing brought up marriage quickly?
One of my other friends kind of was, the one who's a little bit older than me. She was like, oh, that would scare me if he's bringing up marriage that quickly. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, oh, it's too soon. Like, it's too soon. I'm like,
how old is she?
33, I believe. What?
The Godfather. 2 for 2. What I tell you guys? Why? And she says that would scare me. That was has she been okay? Has she been married before?
No.
Okay, so this is almost too good. Ladies, because here's the thing. I know a lot of women have problems hearing things come from a man, but you just heard a young lady who's under 30 tell you she's been with somebody for 3 months. They've already discussed marriage. They were clear with each other up front. Then you have somebody who's over 30 who says that would scare her. Anybody and this is something that I tell women, you're blocking your own self. Were your parents married, Jessica?
They were. They got married when they were, I think, like out of college. Like they were really young, like early 20s. So they got married. I think my mom was 22. He was 23, somewhere around that. Then he went into the service. So it was kind of, that type of arrangement.
Okay. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
No, I'm an only child.
Oh, even more rare. I'm an only child also, which is kind of unique because only children, we're like a mixed bag. Sometimes we tend to mature quicker, but it tends to be harder for us to deal with anybody because we didn't have siblings. So
we're around a lot of adults as children. So
right. So is your guy, is he older than you? Is he
Yeah, he's gonna be 39 in December. What say?
He's 39, you're 28. I'm going to take a little bit of this caption and I'm going to just pay money and run this across YouTube in loop because it's not that complicated. So, and your parents married early, so that's cool. Let me know when the wedding happens and I'll make sure to send you a great gift. I like your hair, by the way, too. I think that's
thank you.
So cool. Fitness Mom, where are you at? She's down there in the back.
Hey, I'm here.
So what did you hear what Jessica was saying?
Yes, I did.
All right, cool. What you want? Did you have a question about anything? Or what do you want to add to the discussion?
It was something else. How she had said that her friend thought that marriage, a man that's talking about marriage within a month was kind of fast because a lot of women seem to think that they have to wait 2-3 years before men talk about marriage. If he's not at least talking about marriage within the first year, then that might be a problem.
Here's the thing. Let me be blunt. Men, especially men who know they want to get married, we go looking for wives. We're not out here playing games. So ladies, I'm gonna just tell you this. If the guy you're with is not talking about marriage and you know you want to get married, it's time for a serious conversation. Because you should have clarified that going into it. That's what I would say. You should have clarified that going into it. But let's say you didn't run across these channels, you didn't know anything else. Now it's time to actually clarify it and get an answer. And if he says he doesn't want to get married, then it's time to leave. If you know you want to get married, go ahead.
Well, there are some women who don't want to bring it up because they're afraid of chasing the man away because they don't want to seem like they're, trying to force him into marriage.
Okay, well, I'll tell you this. You don't have time to play games. Your biological clock is 35. You don't have, that's the last thing I said, you don't have time. If a man does not want to get married and verbalize it to you, what are you losing?
Sometimes they're afraid that, what if he is the best that they will get? Because they're afraid that, let's say they invested 2 or 3 years into this man and they throw him away because they want marriage, which they may not get because marriage is something that might happen. It's not a guarantee, but this man is a guarantee. Let's say they throw him away and then they can't find anybody else or something like that. At least, or a man that wants to marry, because everybody's talking about how dating out here nowadays is just a bunch of men running around wanting to have sex with multiple women. So they're like, what if I get rid of this one and then there's nobody to replace him?
All right. So automatically you got a scarcity mindset and you are your own problem. Like I said, Jessica just proved exactly what I said. Look, it's I got a bird in the hand versus what could be out there. You don't have anything if you want to get married. If you wasted 2 years invested in this guy, cut your losses because 2 is going to turn into 10. Here's the thing. You're not going to make a man do anything we don't want to do. What are you going to do? Sleep with him better? What's going to happen in year 3 that didn't happen in year 1? Are you still there? Or she muted herself.
Oh, yes, I'm still here. Well,
I'll just say it this. There is men, you're not going to. So I understand the concern. Here's what happens. A woman got into a relationship. Her heart's involved in it. She's invested too much into it. And she's afraid that she's going to lose. You're already losing. You're losing time. Learn to say, this is not what it is that I wanted. I did not do my due diligence, and now I got to go ahead and deal with it. Because what are you going to do any better in year 3 that you did in year 2? What is going to be the deciding factor for him saying, I'll go ahead and marry you now, that he didn't know at the beginning? And the answer is nothing. She's dealing with a man who didn't want to marry her. So, ladies, this is what, understand, I don't think any guy would tell you anything any different. Let me see what's going on in the chat room. Go ahead, Fitness Mom.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that exactly, because I believe a man definitely knows if he wants to marry you, at least, I mean, no longer than a year. If it's more than a year, then you already should know. Just like a lot of women that stay with men who got them in situationships where they're like, I'm not ready for a girlfriend, but we can hang around. Like, it's
Okay.
the same. Those same type of women will end up with a man for 10 years waiting to be a wife.
Okay, so that's why I started the program off the way I did. To any lady who says this, a man doesn't have you anywhere. You have yourself there. You're a grown person. You're accountable. That's like saying you're at your job and they got you held hostage. You can quit. See, women aren't being honest with themselves and saying, he has me here, he has me there. He doesn't have her anywhere. You have yourself there. Now, I'm not going to say that the fear is not real. Say, well, if I don't have this, if I go back out into the market, I've heard that it's this or I heard this, that. Okay. But it's also the other side of it. You have to decide what it is you want, because here's the reality. A man can have 3 lifetimes, 0 to 30, 30 to 50, and 50 plus. A man can have children, get married, have children early before 30. It could all fall apart. It could go great. Either way, if it fell apart or he was widowed, he could end up getting married again and having kids after 50. You guys have a biological clock and a window. You don't have time to play these games, is what I'm ultimately telling women and by extension telling your friend. You don't have that window. So, and Jessica, you're 28, right?
Right.
So, just like better than I do, that after 35 is high risk pregnancy. If you want to have kids, you want to start getting this stuff done as quickly as possible. How many children do you want to have?
At least 2. You know what I mean? Like at least like a boy or a girl,
Go for a 3-peat. Go for a 3-peat. Because two is like I always said that I wanted 3. My goal was to have 3. I only had 1. But especially as only children, because you know how it was.
Yeah, you get bored. You're like
bored. And I tell people, don't do that to your kid.
I know.
So,
I'm an only child as well.
See, you got a bunch of only children, and you're married. Are you married also?
Yes, I'm married.
See, so you got a bunch of only children on it. So it can see, and that's what I want people to see, is it can happen. You got Jessica's side, and then you got your friend's side. It's a choice. And I will say this, hear me clearly, ladies. Men know up front if we want to be married. It is not a yes or no or maybe. We know. We know. And a man who will not tell you up front that he is seeking marriage is not seeking marriage. He's not seeking marriage. Simply that. And trust me. If it's, I could get married till the right woman comes along, basically, plausible deniability. Don't take that. Well,
I got one thing I want to ask real quick, because
go ahead.
I remember something I read in the chat room. There was one person that has said that people need 2 years to get to know each other, and I don't think so. But what do you say about that to the people who think like 6 months is too soon? You need at least 2 years to get to know a person.
I think you're deluding yourself. First of all, the reality is, if you do your due diligence up front, but first off, if you know what you're looking for, know what you bring to the table, you should be able to make a better pick. That's the one thing. Number 2, who the person is going to evolve. We all human beings change every 5 years. We evolve. So this whole thing of what people are looking for is guarantees and insurance. I can assure you this. You keep doing what you're doing, you're going to be getting what you got. You've heard too many stories from this generation or previous generations to where people just got married quickly and were together for 30 plus years. The thing is, when people are upfront with who they are, then you could make a better choice. That's why I say. So this whole, you need 2 years? No, you don't need 2 years. I'm just not going to play. No, you don't need 2 years. So,
you are so right about people changing every couple of years, because I mean, I've been with my husband for 20 years, and he's been about 5 different men.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys got married, so 20 years. So what you're looking for in the early years versus the post, it all changes. And that's what a relationship is supposed to be. You're supposed to grow through that together. And that's the goal, is to share your time on your life with somebody. So that's the way I look at it. I mean, let me just be honest. As a man, when you decide you want to get married, you're ready to get to it. Ready to get to it and start doing that. You start ready. Okay, come on in. This is where you're going to live. Let's get to it. Let's share our lives together and keep on moving. So this also takes all this, well, what if I'm just giving up the cookies for free? And well, if you get married in pretty short order, you ain't got to worry about, giving up the cookies for free. If the man says he wants to get married, you say you want to get married, you guys are compatible, you're getting married in under 6 months. And if for some reason you guys don't click, you're still moving on down the path. There's not a lot of loss. That's my take on it. So, lady Jessica, do you have anything else you wanted to add before we get out of here?
Oh no, that was about it.
Okay. I really appreciate you for getting on. I think I want to do maybe a part 2 to this and have more women come on, and then have the ladies kind of talk and kind of facilitate the discussion, because one, I think it's a valuable conversation to have. 2, I think there's too much misinformation out there that women who are actively in these situations, married or like that, can actually bring to it. So if you guys would be willing to come back at another time, let's do it. Cool?
Okay.
I will, yes.
All right. Ladies, I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and drop you off the panel. If you don't mind just dropping off, and I'll end the show. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I think you just click end on your side. Yep. There you go. All right. Wow. Hashtag show your work, fellas. Hashtag show your work, ladies. What did I say? Everything I said, the first person said it. I don't know her. I've never met her. Don't even know her. Don't know. 28. He's 39. Brought marriage up inside of a month. They've been together 6 months. Her friend that's over 30 thinks it's weird. Ladies, I know a lot of ladies don't listen to the thing the men have to say. Listen to the women. I got no reason to steer you in any other path other than what's going to help both sides. What you're wanting out of life is available to be had if you are clear on what it is you want and what it is you're willing to do to get it. Now, the what it is you do, what are you willing to do to get it part is the part that trips up most people. You may have to move. If you live in a city and you want a particular kind of person and it's just not that many people, you may have to move. Is that is that too much to ask? I don't think it's too much to ask if you're going to get what you want. All you get is a shot at this. You need to put yourself in the best position to get the best possible outcome. That's why I focus on guys looking good, smelling great, being their best each and every day to give yourself an opportunity. But guess what, ladies? The closer you are to looking like who you are, the less a man has to figure it out. If you didn't notice, the first person, she was pretty natural. Hair was natural. She was not overweight. A man can look at her right away and say truth. He doesn't have to say, what's she hiding under that wig or all that makeup or all those, what is she hiding? Men aren't overly complicated. We are not. We are not walking around playing James Bond and spy games. We're pretty simple. And especially the men who know what they want. Stop being so picky. Pick. Let me get through these, see if we got anything going on in these super chats, and I'll get up out of here. Shout out to C Boogie Productions. Shout out to Naima. Shout out to Alan. Shout out to Scott. Dollar Washer. Keep telling the truth. All right. What's the best diet for my... somebody asked, what's the best diet for my amazing wife? And when she loses weight, should I worry about it if she steps out? Let's talk about that. First off, what's the best diet? I don't know. I'm not the person. I suggest getting a hold of a personal trainer. Holler at AMS. Holler at there are several in this side of YouTube. Think Pump Chasers. Chris Jones, a Pump Chaser. Talk to a pro, not me. The question is, and when she loses weight, should I be worrying about that she will step out? Not sure what to do. No. Here's the thing. If you work out and she works out, work out together. See, you don't want to have anything growing in between you and your wife, or you don't want to have to worry about her stepping out if you're on your shit. You need to always be out there improving yourself, man, because you want your wife to respect and admire you. So worrying about her stepping out, scarcity mentality. Now, if you start getting into these negative mind spaces, dude, you actually become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Women don't like when a guy starts thinking weak like that. Women hate beta behavior. I got to do a show on that. See, there's one thing about getting something and another thing about keeping it. Also, are polyester fedoras out of style? And if so, no. You know, fedoras are always going to be in style. It's just how you rock and wear them. And I don't know anybody in Atlanta that repairs them, but I'll look it for you. I'll look up for you. Sleazeball, show your work. Show your work shirts. Yeah, I'm gonna. Somebody talked about show your work shirts. I got CIA shirts coming, FBI shirts coming, and show your work shirts coming. See, my goal ultimately is to be making CIA men and helping to create FBI women, and short term, putting them in the same room together. Probably in Atlanta. Here's some CIA men have our men's event. My men's event will be next week. I will be having a women's event. I would love to put these kinds of people in the same room, and I'm facilitating it all, kind of like play date or something, and let life happen. Because if men are really CIA, they are who they say they are, and women are really FBI, and they are who they say they are, you put them in the room, nature tends to take its course. CIA lapel pins for Suit Saturdays. That's what's up. All right, man. Shout out to the gang. Thank you guys so much. Until the next time. Talk at you later.